Hey,
Alright, I'm just
Robin.
gonna lock this door and
Oh,
then
sure.
whenever you're ready, just throw one a key.
Will
Yeah.
do.
Thank you.
Back to LSPD. Really? Some cookies, Espinosa?
How are you?
Oh, not bad. Probably better than you right now.
Yeah. I mean, it was bound to happen, but
Bound to happen.
yeah.
So, yeah, I know basically what's on the docket because I'm also helping Flop.
Yeah, there's not much helping us, really.
Yeah, I said to Flop I'm playing damage control on this one.
Yeah.
There's no Dominic Rhodes to fuck this one up.
No. Well, I mean, there's probably cracks everywhere, right? Just not as not as obvious and
Not as
big.
huge as that. Yeah.
I don't mean to waste your time, but I'm trying to drag this out as well, so that they get out before I do, and I mean I'm gonna want to transport up to prison, so
Yeah.
the long game with this. What is your take on all of it anyway? Is there, because Flop's still in? I mean, they have all the evidence they need, probably, right, for both of us.
The book isn't exactly going in your favor. The your fingerprints on it.
Yeah, I think that's probably a little bit more damning for me than it is for Flop. Then.
Yeah. Yeah, Flop admitted to it on 911 and on Twitter, so yeah. They're probably going to ask you about the book, maybe. Probably about the book and probably the incident itself, because if I recall correctly, you like twatted out something before it happened about cops to stay away, or like they were following you or something.
Oh god, I can't. When I did that, I can't even remember. That was a long time ago.
Is there anyone you want me to contact? So you didn't take my phone.
Yes. Anybody who anybody ADMC related that is around, let them know that it happened. Let them know that Nana is in the hospital. She was going for surgery. If you can do that,
Okay.
and then that I'm requesting a transport. I don't know if there is anyone else awake.
In the lemon list, there's Kelly Dean and Stephen Dawson.
They're both in here.
Okay, well, I'm trying to know if Finley's awake.
I don't know.
Doesn't seem like it. Oh, he is.
Oh, he
Hello,
is.
Finley. It's Robin. Sean has been caught. He will be requesting a transport. We're about to start interrogation. We'll try and draw it out as long as possible. I believe Nana's in the hospital. But yeah. All right. Goodbye. All right. He sounded like he just rolled out of bed, so we'll see.
All this happened because he wasn't awake, Robin. That's the problem.
So it's Finn's fault.
It is Finn's fault. Yes, it is Finn's. Well, actually, it is. It's. I got head on like 4 separate times, and you can only avoid so many head ons before you eat shit.
Apparently, the person that pulled you over was a cadet on their final eval.
Yeah, I was told that. That was their first traffic stop of the day.
Trial by fire, I said.
Yeah, not wrong.
All right, are we good to call them in?
Yeah. I'm just gonna fuck with them and draw this out as long as I can.
Yeah.
Like I said, everything on my end is like I ain't escaping it, and I knew that from the start. So,
Yep.
have a bit of fun with them instead.
Yeah, trust me, I'm starting to build up a repertoire of clients who don't have a statute of limitations.
Something I need to know about this fucking dumb shit PD that I can wind them up with. Anything that will get under their skin.
You could maybe mess with them about the snow stuff. Because I know he was like, you gave him info, but I don't think they know, so we'll see.
Oh yeah. Thanks for reminding me of that.
Oh, Mr. McCullen.
Hey, Skye.
Yeah. Let me take a seat. We're probably gonna be here a while. Robin, I assume they filled you in.
Yes.
Hopefully?
Murder
Okay.
warrant, shootout when being apprehended. Unsure if Sean actually shot at cops or not, but yeah.
They're sorting that out right now. I'm mostly here for the warrant. Or as you're aware, since you're Flop's lawyer as well. Alrighty. Well, you could have chosen a better time to get caught to get started. God damn, I had to roll out of bed.
Well, you know, you can only
God damn
dodge so
it.
many head-on collisions, you know. So.
Oh.
Yeah.
Take that up with shift 1.
I won't take it up with anyone.
Alrighty. So
Not recording yet.
it's been a little while now. Anastasia died November 26th. Do you recall the events of that day?
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
It's a while ago now. Yeah.
It is a while ago. Over 30 days.
Yeah. I mean, I just assumed that was murder stuff. I've seen it done before.
Well, not usually, but anyways. Alrighty. So, you know, that day, you guys were actually quite nice to me. Came to Milton's, asked if I needed repair, had Flop go sign in, he repaired my car and everything.
Told you about some leaks.
Yeah, told me about some leaks.
How'd that go, by the way?
Don't get me started.
No,
Anyways,
I mean, you said we're gonna be here for a while, so.
Yeah, but this is about me, questioning you.
Right, but you want to get anything out of me, then it goes both ways.
I believe it's
No,
called
it
quid
really
pro
doesn't.
quo in Latin.
Not when it comes to anything that's irrelevant to this case.
I mean, it's relevant because I'll make it relevant.
It's not relevant.
Well, it could have been you with a bullet in your head, and it was her instead.
It could have been me.
So it's relevant.
And, I mean, it's irrelevant to what happened with the leak stuff.
What you think?
Surely. Why not me? You guys were pretty nice to me, Like I said, repaired my car and everything, and maybe like 30 minutes later, Anastasia shot at Milton's.
You said goes both ways, right? I'll answer things if you answer things.
You can talk to Jimmy Frost about what happened with the leak stuff.
Why would I talk to him?
He'll probably give you the answers I'm not going to give you.
And nothing to do with him, though.
Like I said,
Is that Sergeant Frost?
Jimmy Frost.
Right, he's a sergeant, right?
Who's
Jimmy
getting
Frost,
interrogated
like
right
I
here?
said.
Interesting.
Why Anastasia? Especially, I mean, to Flop might not know the history. Anastasia, she was there his last day, walking out of this PD, saluting him. She looked up to him. And I ended up having to run a funeral for her.
My heart bleeds for you, Skye.
As expected.
Oh, see? I mean, my answer would probably be different to Flops. Did he give you one?
He did not.
He didn't. Well, I mean, I mean, you put two and two together. I mean, I told you about some stuff to talk to you because, you know, part of a bigger picture at that moment. Anastasia was just another dog, so.
All right. Well,
Wrong
now
place,
that
wrong time.
question's out of the way, that was just to satisfy my own curiosity. I'm just gonna turn the recording on in here now. I'm sure that they did this when they brought you in, but for recording's sake.
I know them. You can say it anyway, but I know them.
You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say you do
I'm
cannot
keep-
be used against
keep
you in a
tripping
court of
around.
law. You have the right to an attorney, if you would like one. The state will provide one if you cannot afford so, if available. Do you understand your rights?
Yeah.
Obviously, you have Robin here. All right. You know, I'm not too familiar with ADMC. I'm pretty familiar with, you know, some of the former BBMC. That's a part of it. You know, I've been around a while, several years at this point.
Looks like it.
Bitch, I'm cute and I know it, but
According
nice
to who?
try. Everybody.
Your gang boyfriend think that?
Yes, he does.
That's good.
Uh,
We're gonna
anyways,
one up each other as much as possible.
I remember a certain history lesson, I'm sure you know, about another former police officer turned bad, shoots cop in head.
Turns
then
bad. That's
very short-
perspective, though. You know.
Maybe starts. It goes on to the other side of the law. Does that fit your wording better? Does that
Yeah.
satisfy
Yeah.
you?
That. I mean, that fits it
Yeah.
better.
Yeah. You know, shoots cop, and then next thing we know, he's in a cut. Is this like a TJ rerun number, 2?
Before my time, I don't know.
I'm sure you.
If you want to speak of history lessons, believe the last officer that tried to pin a murder on a member of the ADMC?
Oh, I'm aware of Chastity. I am not Dominic Rhodes.
We'll see.
Oh, yes, Robin. High five. Sorry.
Well, non-answer really given, or the I don't know answer. I know that answer. At least I assume I do.
We
his
shouldn't
little-
assume. Shouldn't assume.
I mean,
Dangerous
then
thing to do.
correct me if I'm wrong. Correct
I wasn't
me if
there.
I'm wrong.
I wouldn't assume.
I'm not talking about TJ anymore. Flop shoots a cop. Proves to you guys that he is no longer ever going to come back to being a police officer. Ends up being a prospect of the ADMC not even maybe 72 hours after the murder.
Where'd you get that info from?
He posted a selfie on Twitter after the
Fair
murder
enough.
happened.
Fair, yeah, Robin, that'll do it. That'll do it.
That will do
That
it.
will do it.
Very very
mean, that
similar to the
just-
things that you've done.
All that says is that he was a prospect at that time. It doesn't say when that actually occurred.
That's a good point. Well,
Could
it
have been an
any
old
point.
photograph.
An old photograph. See, that's why I bring you in.
You know, I have his mugshot now, so
Oh.
and he is in his ADMC cut. Either way, it's a very short time period.
Wait, what is?
Between the murder of Anastasia Pierce and Flop getting an ADMC cut.
Or, you know, it could have been delayed, you know, at the tailors. Timings,
Yeah, you have
72 hours, that's quite broad.
yeah. There's fucking Steve out there was fucking washing his pants for like 2 weeks. He was in the nip pretty much every day.
I'm sure Finn had it ready to go pretty quickly.
Mr.
Hey,
Milton,
Chris.
the mechanic, is he also a tailor?
He's a very good tailor. Very good tailor.
Yeah. So, I mean, I can kind of see why Flop did it, right? And his own twisted perspective, but why you? Just backing your boy?
It's a good question. That's a good question, actually. That's probably the first good question you've asked. I don't know. I think even no matter what anybody does, this PD learns nothing. So maybe all my efforts is, you know, telling you the information, but then apparently now it's been skewed about the leaks. With some deranged fucking Marshall thinks that they can make up whatever they want to go against my club just because he disowned his fucking son. But sure, yeah, just, you know, pick a random officer out of the lineup and say he did it, and that works too.
What Marshall would that be?
The one that disowned his son? One has a vendetta against my club? Come on.
The name. I want a name.
Richard Dark.
Hmm. Is that why you planted the murder gun in his car? And left a letter behind with it?
I mean, that was just opportunity. I want to see how good of a detective he was.
Purely opportunity. Just it happened. A happy coincidence that it was Richard Dark's vehicle.
I mean, for being a marshal, the highest law enforcement, whatever they their powers are, the guy parks his fucking piece of shit car in a public lot. So yeah, opportunity.
But forgive me if I'm mistaken, but looking at the report, I see only one casing related to this supposed murder. How are you supposing that Sean did it and Flop did it at the same time? One held the handle, one pulled the trigger?
Sean is being charged with as an accomplice.
That's
Apparently, I was there.
God, if just being on the scene is enough for accomplice, then we're all doomed.
Fuck those the mechanics out there are fucked in as well. Poor guys.
No.
What's Mr. Milton going to do?
No, I know who the mechanics were. Unfortunately, no Finley. He was not there that day. I mean, you see, doesn't help. There were several of us who identified you. Well, two of us that identified you with Flop in your vehicle. Maybe, I don't know, 2 or 3 minutes prior to the shooting.
Mm.
Yeah.
You see me there that entire time?
Doesn't matter.
I think it does.
You know, I'm curious. You say it was a happy coincidence with Richard Dark's vehicle. Yet you wrote a letter directly addressing him.
Well, do we know he wrote it?
His fingerprints are in the notebook, so yeah.
Who says he didn't touch the notebook before the letter was written?
Oh, Robin's just yapping. That's good.
And it's signed Sean McCullen with a clover after it.
Anyone could sign a forged document.
Surely. Just where it says with fingerprints all in the notebook of, and only Sean's fingerprints in the notebook. Just to put any doubt to bed, I, Sean, quote unquote Irish McCullen, played an equal part in the murder of Officer Anastasia Pierce. But there should be no doubt now who pulled the trigger.
That sentence alone creates doubt. Who did pull
There's
the
no
trigger?
doubt. Well, you both know who pulled the trigger. He's only admitted it multiple times. And then, let's see. On November 30th, she was 100% shot in the front of the head, not the back. And how'd you know that?
I was just reiterating what I was told. I don't know why. Apparently, I was like, how that info got out of how she was actually shot in the front of the head, but then she was shot in the back of the head. Yeah, it might have been. I can't remember who was saying that. That was a long time
wasn't
ago.
there mechanics on scene? Yeah? Word of mouth.
Yeah, I was
Not a
just,
thing you forget very lightly.
yeah.
Someone being shot in the head.
I mean, she was shot in the front of the head, right?
Didn't really get a good look at it myself.
That's a lie.
And how is that a lie?
Well, I'm sure you went to visit her. You would have had to. There's no way it was an open casket after that.
And in this report, it says you were the first to arrive on scene, Captain Faye. You
Ooh!
didn't see the body. That'd be quite the mess.
Ooh!
I was the one that it was first on scene.
So front of
Sure,
the
there
head.
hasn't been any leaks in this case either.
Oh!
Sorry, what'd you say, Robin?
Been any leaks in this case as well?
Nope. They're fairly confident in that. You see, when you murder a cop, it tends to piss off the entire department. and
Know
go
that from
through their
experience?
past.
I don't fully agree with that because I've been driving around without a care in the world for like 20 days. And the first person who pulls me over is a cadet on their final eval. I don't think they give a fuck at all. I think the first time that PD gave a shit that that happened to her was when you chased me the other day. Up until that point,
I think
the rest of this PD
you've
didn't give an
been
absolute fuck.
extremely lucky.
Nope, I've been driving all my personal vehicles around without a care in the world. I
It should
swear I
be
forgot I
known.
had a warrant.
Should be on an LOA for like a month. I mean, what's really missed?
Yeah, there were plenty of officers that were very upset with what happened. Plus, you've been, top of the warrant list for a while now.
Hasn't felt like it.
Like
I
I said,
drove
I think you've been
by-
extremely lucky.
I could count on two hands, maybe more, of how many cars I drove past today. Going to get food, repair kits, just doing my daily chores. Not a single one of them gave a single shit. I was speeding as well, everything, not a care. And the only one who gets me is the one being evaluated. Madness.
Now, is that gross incompetence or willful ignorance?
I just don't think they give a fuck about her. I don't think they give a fuck about any of them.
You've been extremely lucky.
Don't know if you can call anyone an interrogation lucky.
Up until this point,
What do they say? Lucky the Irish?
still ended up in here. So how lucky is it?
I'm right where I want to be.
Everybody's luck runs out eventually.
I don't think I'm unlucky. I'm here having a chat with you. What's unlucky about that?
Seems the only thing unlucky about this is the time it happened for you, Captain Skye.
You could say that again. All right.
How long was our picture up on the whiteboard? A day? 2 days? If I go out there and say her name, do you think anybody's going to say who? Maybe tomorrow, actually. It's probably on their mind now, Robin, right? It's probably tomorrow. They probably won't know.
Probably on their mind now, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it has to be in front of their face for them to do anything about it.
Anastasia was very well known and respected in the department. Some of the newer people might not recognize her, but the rest of us did. So, I've seen your ad in the lemon list before. VP of ADMC. It's pretty high up there, right?
No
Vice
offense, Skye, but that
president
might be the most
or-
Suarez question I think I've ever heard. I had to say that, but yes, the VP is pretty
I'm
high up there.
Just verifying.
Yeah, I
don't
know,
wanna
and I
assume
remember sitting in
anything,
here
like you
months
said.
ago when I had to fucking sit through Suarez talking, and the amount of rhetorical questions that dumb fuck would ask me was insane. Sorry, I had a flashback. I needed to say it. Carry on.
Okay.
It's another man that went to the other side of the war.
True. Go on.
Why did Flop have to fess up to it? He 911, he twatted.
Seems like a question for Flop, no?
I wouldn't want to
Very
assume.
much so. very much was when a task is completed and then one gets into a cut. Usually, was his, I guess, what would you say, introduction into the club?
So, wait, where do you get
That's
this information from? You were tracking information
I'm
from 7 years ago?
theorizing.
Oh, okay, we're
No,
theorizing. Okay.
theorizing. It
Sorry,
is
no,
very
you were talking
similar
like
to
you
what
knew.
happened.
You were talking like you knew, so I was curious.
No,
Like, have you been through this before?
I
Like,
said that I
you
had
got a cut
assumed
somewhere
it.
under the jacket, or?
Honda motorcycles.
I mean, it's happening basically piece by piece. The same thing that happened with TJ.
Like I said, I wasn't there.
He felt the need to keep a history, keep track of what he said over 911 and send it to Shang. So I don't know. I don't know about you, but to me that gives like this was a task completed vibe.
So, you mean TJ, the former treasurer? Same one?
Yes, the former treasurer who was a part of ADMC, who was a former Bondi boy, who I worked with before he quit.
Him being part of a motorcycle club never came up when I was in the defense.
Maybe you just don't have the history, Robin.
Perhaps.
And these are those questions to satisfy your own interest again, or?
Oh. Just asking you to, see why, Anastasia was shot, why Flop did it, why you helped him do it. I mean, you've been pretty satisfied by the fact that it was done with all your gloating over Twatter the other night.
Yeah, you think you can bring her back? You want to talk about history? I'm sure you know what that place is.
I went up there because I saw you speeding.
That wasn't my question.
Answering your question.
Shame. Maybe I'll ask him. Everyone seems so torn up about it.
Yeah, what's between you and Norman is between you and Norman. I don't touch that place. Are you familiar with the mechanics at Milton's?
I'm familiar that there are mechanics at Milton's.
You know any of them?
No.
No, not
Nope.
Terry Adams.
Nope. I don't work there.
No, I figured. Seeing as you had Flop sign in to repair my car that day.
Just checking, you said Terry Adams, right? Not Jerry?
Yes, T.
Okay, that would have
Terry.
been a
No,
whole lot
not Jerry
worse.
Adams. No.
Yeah. It would have been a whole lot worse.
Yeah, that would have been oof. Oof.
Alrighty. Sean, Robin, give me a moment. Oh, where did the recording go?
I don't know. It's still there if you just want. It's fine.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna turn it off for now, and I'll be back with you guys.
Sure.
Okay.
You're a funny fucker, you know that?
I try to be.
You're a funny fucker. You had me going there for a bit. Ugh. Ugh.
Look, when I'm just trying to make them doubt whatever they have. Because if they can doubt it right here, then it's going to be harder for them to back it up in court.
Mm-hmm.
It could very well be the case. You handled a notebook and then someone else found it and stitched you out.
Yeah. Could have been anybody. Literally anybody could have said, I, Sean McQuillan. I don't know. I'm pretty sure most people in the city aren't illiterate and can write. Maybe. I mean, that might be, actually, it might be like 50%.
Yeah.
How long we've been in here?